The butterfly effect of small positive choices is a concept that highlights the incredible impact of small, seemingly insignificant actions on the broader course of our lives and the world around us. Imagine a butterfly flapping its wings, causing a ripple effect that eventually influences weather patterns on the other side of the planet. In a similar way, our smallest choices and actions can set off a chain reaction that leads to significant outcomes. While we may not always see the immediate results, the impact of each decision we make is felt over time, building upon one another to create a massive shift in our lives and those around us. This effect doesn't happen overnight, but it's through the compounding power of each positive choice that great change occurs. Every day we are faced with countless small decisions. These can be as simple as choosing to read a book instead of scrolling through social media, deciding to smile at a stranger, or taking 5 minutes to practice gratitude. At first glance, these choices may not seem life-changing. They might even seem trivial. But each time we make a positive choice, no matter how small, we're casting a vote for the person we want to become. With each positive action, we reinforce a habit, we set a standard for ourselves, and we cultivate a mindset geared toward growth and positivity. Over time, these habits become ingrained, and what was once a small, seemingly insignificant decision becomes a powerful part of our identity. The habit of reading, for instance, grows knowledge and expands perspectives, which might someday lead to career opportunities, deeper relationships, or even a greater sense of purpose. In our fast-paced world, we often feel that we need to make drastic changes to achieve our goals. But the truth is that true transformation doesn't require a complete overhaul of our lives. Change can begin with a single step, repeated consistently. Small actions compound over time, just like interest in a bank account. Consider the story of someone who commits to waking up 5 minutes earlier each day to meditate, exercise, or plan their day. That 5 minutes seems inconsequential on its own, but after a month, they have invested over 2 hours in self-improvement. Over a year, that's more than a full day of time dedicated to nurturing their well-being and growth. Those small moments build up resilience, clarity, and discipline qualities that begin to show up in every other area of life. And soon, people begin to notice the butterfly has flapped its wings and the winds are starting to change. Imagine what could happen if we started to view every choice we make as an opportunity to move closer to our goals, to become the person we've always wanted to be. When we approach our lives with this mindset, every small action carries immense power. It's like planting seeds in a garden. At first, all you see is the soil with no visible signs of growth. But with time, patience, and consistent care, those seeds grow into something beautiful and strong. Each day that we make the choice to act positively, to grow and to nurture our potential, we're tending to that garden. We might not see the flowers bloom immediately, but the roots are growing deeper. The foundation is being laid, and eventually the garden flourishes. The power of small positive choices extends beyond our own lives. It ripples out into the lives of others. When we're kind, when we're patient, when we go out of our way to help someone else, or we create a positive energy that spreads. Our positive actions inspire others, lifting them up and encouraging them to act similarly. Imagine the collective effect if each one of us decided to make just one small positive choice each day. The ripple effect would be monumental. It could create a community of people striving for improvement, for kindness and for growth of society, where positivity and resilience become the norm rather than the exception. Ultimately, the butterfly effect of small positive choices reminds us that we are not powerless. We have the ability to create meaningful change, even if we don't have all the resources, all the knowledge, or all the time in the world. We can start exactly where we are, with exactly what we have. It's not about making perfect choices. It's about making positive choices, one small step at a time. When we do this, we set in motion a powerful force for good, a force that can shape our lives, our communities, and our world. Let's embrace the power of these small choices. Let's flap our wings and create the future we want to see, starting right now. The beauty of the butterfly effect of small positive choices is that it emphasizes a journey, not a destination. In a world that often tells us to rush, to chase immediate results, and to measure success by grand achievements, this idea invites us to slow down and recognize the value in each step we take. It is a reminder that every major achievement, every monumental success is built on a foundation of small, consistent actions. When we look at those who have reached the pinnacle of their fields, it's easy to focus on the result, the medals, the titles, the accolades. But beneath every success story lies a series of small decisions, made daily decisions to show up, to work hard, to be disciplined, to keep going, even on the days when it felt impossible. We too have that power within us to shape our path. We don't need to overhaul our lives overnight. We simply need to start with one small choice, repeated with consistency day after day. Consider the difference between motivation and discipline. Motivation often comes and goes. It's that fleeting burst of energy that might inspire us to start something new, but it rarely lasts. Discipline, however, is built through those small positive choices. Discipline is cultivated when we decide to stick with our goals, even on the days we don't feel like it, even when the rewards are not yet visible. Each time we choose discipline over convenience, we strengthen a muscle that will carry us forward, making us resilient to the inevitable challenges of life. It's through these repeated actions that we build a foundation, one that stands strong even when motivation fades. Every time we show up, we reinforce our commitment to ourselves. Over time, these small acts of discipline accumulate and we become stronger, more capable, and more aligned with our goals and values. These small choices also help us gain control over our minds, transforming the way we perceive our circumstances and challenges. When we make positive choices, we cultivate a mindset of growth rather than limitation. We begin to see obstacles as opportunities, failures as lessons, and setbacks as temporary. This shift in perspective, though gradual, is one of the most powerful gifts we can give ourselves. It empowers us to face adversity with grace and resilience, knowing that every challenge is another step on our journey of growth. In time, this mindset becomes a part of us, influencing not just how we see the world, but how we interact with it. Suddenly, every choice, every action feels purposeful. We're no longer just going through the motions, we're living intentionally, recognizing the value in every small effort and understanding that every step forward, no matter how small, brings us closer to our goals. And it's important to remember that positive change is not a straight line. It's a journey filled with ups and downs, with moments of doubt and moments of clarity. Sometimes it's easy to feel discouraged when our progress isn't as fast or as visible as we'd like. But it's in these moments of doubt that the power of small choices shines brightest. Even when it feels like we're standing still, each small, positive action is creating momentum, building a foundation that will eventually lead to growth. Imagine a seed planted in the earth. It doesn't sprout overnight. It takes time, care, and consistent nurturing. But beneath the surface, that seed is transforming, breaking through the soil, preparing to reach for the light. In our own lives, every small choice is like watering that seed, providing the nourishment we need to grow. Even if we can't yet see the progress, the transformation is happening and eventually it will be undeniable. Small positive choices don't only affect us, they also shape the lives of those around us. Our actions, attitudes, and behaviors influence the people in our lives in ways we may not realize. When we choose to be kind, to act with integrity, or to help others, we set a powerful example, inspiring those around us to do the same. Each time we lift someone else up, we contribute to a positive cycle of kindness and compassion. Imagine if every person in the community chose to make one positive choice each day, how quickly that would create a wave of goodwill and support. The butterfly effect of our small actions can spark larger movements, connecting us with others who share our values and multiplying the impact of our efforts. Each positive choice creates a ripple that extends beyond ourselves, reaching into our families, friendships, workplaces, and communities. It is through these collective ripples that we create a brighter, more compassionate world. Ultimately, the butterfly effect of small positive choices is about taking responsibility for our lives, for our actions, and for our future. It's about recognizing that we have the power to make a difference, even if that difference begins with a simple choice to be better today than we were yesterday. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every small step counts, every choice matters, and every moment is an opportunity to create the life we desire. When we embrace this mindset, we realize that our potential is limitless. We understand that our dreams are not as far away as they seem, they are simply waiting for us to take that first step. The journey might be long, and the path might be challenging, but with each small positive choice, we bring ourselves closer to the future we envision. We don't need to be extraordinary to make a difference. We simply need to be consistent, to believe in the power of small actions, and to trust that even the smallest of choices can create a life filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. The butterfly effect of small positive choices is also a testament to the idea that real change is built from the ground up. Often we think that we need a grand vision, a perfect plan, or exceptional resources to make meaningful progress. But the truth is, transformation is grounded in humility and begins with simplicity. By focusing on one small action at a time, we build a solid foundation. Think of it as laying one brick each day in the construction of a cathedral. No single brick may seem impressive on its own, yet each one is essential. Over time, the small actions we take, each choice we make to act with purpose, to move in a positive direction, accumulate, creating something far greater than we could have imagined. This process teaches us patience, resilience, and the understanding that the journey itself is as valuable as the destination. By valuing each small step, we not only build our own strength, but also learn to appreciate the quiet power of consistency, a force that has the potential to change our lives and the world. This concept is empowering because it reminds us that each one of us has the potential to create positive change, no matter our circumstances. When we make small positive choices, we are exercising our agency. Even in challenging situations, we can always choose our attitude, our outlook, and our response. This power to choose, even in the face of adversity, is a profound reminder that we are never truly powerless. By making small, intentional choices, we create resilience within ourselves, and over time, this resilience becomes a shield that protects us from the storms of life. We learn that while we may not control every aspect of our lives, we do have control over how we approach each day, each moment, each challenge. And with this awareness, we become stronger, more capable of facing life's difficulties with courage and hope. Each small choice to act positively, to persevere, to stay hopeful, reinforces our inner strength, allowing us to rise above circumstances that might have once seemed insurmountable. Another powerful aspect of the butterfly effect of small positive choices is how it reshapes our relationship with failure. Often we are so afraid of failure that we hesitate to begin, to take risks, or to put ourselves out there. But when we focus on small choices, we start to see that each failure is just a single step along a much larger path. Failure becomes less intimidating because each small choice, each step allows us to learn and grow. It becomes clear that failure isn't a stopping point, it's a stepping stone. By embracing this mindset, we free ourselves from the pressure of needing everything to be perfect. Instead, we learn to embrace the process, knowing that every mistake, every setback is simply a part of the journey. This attitude not only empowers us to try new things, but also gives us the courage to persist, to continue making positive choices even when the path is difficult. And in doing so, we develop a sense of resilience and adaptability, qualities that will carry us forward no matter what obstacles we face. Small positive choices also help us cultivate gratitude. When we begin to appreciate the small actions we can take each day, we start to notice the small blessings around us. A simple decision to spend a few minutes each day reflecting on what we're grateful for can shift our entire perspective. We begin to see life through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity. This gratitude builds upon itself, fueling our motivation to continue making positive choices. We start to recognize the beauty in everyday moments: a quiet cup of coffee in the morning, a smile from a friend, a peaceful walk outside. These moments, often overlooked in the hustle of daily life, become sources of joy and inspiration. Gratitude reminds us that we don't need monumental changes to feel fulfilled. Sometimes it's the smallest shifts in perspective that bring the greatest happiness. By making gratitude a daily choice, we allow ourselves to feel more connected, more grounded, and more alive, creating a sense of fulfillment that no external achievement alone can bring. When we embrace the butterfly effect of small positive choices, we also discover the power of self-compassion. Life is filled with moments of imperfection, and none of us are immune to setbacks or mistakes. But when we commit to making small positive choices, we learn to be gentle with ourselves. We realize that growth is not about achieving perfection, but about striving for progress day by day. This shift in perspective allows us to forgive ourselves when we falter, to treat ourselves with kindness rather than harsh judgment. Self-compassion is not a weakness, it's a strength that allows us to keep going even when things don't go as planned. It gives us the grace to start again, to make a positive choice today, even if yesterday wasn't perfect. By building self-compassion through small choices, we cultivate a resilience that allows us to face life with openness, knowing that each day is a fresh opportunity to choose again, to grow again, and to make a difference, no matter how small. Ultimately, the butterfly effect of small positive choices is a call to believe in our own potential and to recognize the beauty of growth in all its forms. It's a reminder that we are all in the process of becoming, that every small step we take brings us closer to the person we want to be. Each choice we make is like a brushstroke on the canvas of our lives. Over time, these brushstrokes come together to form a picture of resilience, purpose, and fulfillment. We are the artists of our own lives, creating something beautiful and meaningful, one small action at a time. It doesn't matter how slowly we go, as long as we keep moving forward. So let us take heart. Let us trust in the power of our small choices, and let us know that every positive action we take, no matter how small, has the potential to change everything. The butterfly effect of small positive choices speaks to the transformative power of consistency, a power often underestimated in a world that glorifies instant results and rapid change. Consistency is not flashy, and it doesn't provide the thrill of quick wins. Yet it is the quiet force that builds empires, transforms habits, and shapes destinies. With each small, positive choice, we lay another brick on the path to our dreams. And over time, this path becomes clearer, stronger, and more certain. Consistency builds trust in ourselves. It teaches us that we can rely on our own actions and that we are capable of following through on our intentions. When we show up day after day, no matter how small the effort, we start to see ourselves differently. We realize that our potential isn't defined by grand gestures, but by the daily commitment to do the best we can with what we have. This trust, born from consistency, gives us the courage to dream bigger, knowing that we can meet any challenge with the same steady effort that has brought us this far. Another profound aspect of the butterfly effect of small positive choices is that it connects us to our own sense of purpose. Often purpose feels like a distant or daunting concept, something we need to find or achieve before we can feel fulfilled. But the truth is that purpose is built gradually, one small decision at a time. Each positive choice we make is a way of aligning ourselves with our values and our vision for the future. These choices, choosing kindness, showing integrity, or taking responsibility for our actions, are reflections of who we are and who we want to become. With each one, we're not just shaping our future, we're strengthening our sense of purpose in the present. Purpose is not a destination, it's something we live every day through our actions. It's something we create moment by moment in the way we approach our work, our relationships, and ourselves. When we make positive choices aligned with our values, we become more deeply connected to that purpose. And this sense of purpose becomes the fuel that keeps us moving forward, even when the road is difficult. The ripple effect of small positive choices also extends to our relationships, transforming not only ourselves, but also the people around us. Every time we choose to listen, to support, or to offer kindness, we're investing in the connections we share with others. Relationships are built on these small acts, on the moments of empathy, trust, and understanding that we choose to cultivate. When we make positive choices in our interactions, we create an environment where others feel seen, valued, and appreciated. This ripple effect doesn't just improve our relationships, it inspires others to pass along the kindness and compassion they receive. Imagine a world where each person, inspired by a small act of kindness, chooses to pass that kindness on to someone else. That's the true power of the butterfly effect of small positive choices. It has the potential to create a chain reaction that extends far beyond what we can see. Each small choice to act with love, empathy, and respect strengthens the fabric of our communities, creating a world where compassion and understanding can flourish. Furthermore, small positive choices provide us with a sense of momentum. Often we may feel overwhelmed by the distance between where we are and where we want to be. But when we focus on small, manageable actions, we create a steady forward motion. Each positive choice is like a step on a staircase, bringing us closer to our goals, one step at a time. This approach reminds us that we don't have to have everything figured out to make progress. We just need to take the next step. By breaking down our goals into small, achievable actions, we transform what once felt overwhelming into something within reach. And as we take each step, our confidence grows, our skills improve, and we become more capable of handling the challenges that lie ahead. The beauty of this approach is that it empowers us to stay in motion, to keep climbing even when the journey seems long. The momentum we build with each small choice becomes a source of strength, helping us to move forward with resilience, hope, and determination. The butterfly effect of small positive choices also teaches us patience, a quality that can be difficult to cultivate in a world that prizes instant gratification. Patience allows us to appreciate the process, to understand that meaningful change takes time. It teaches us that real growth is rarely visible in the moment, but reveals itself gradually over weeks, months, and even years. When we commit to small, positive choices, we learn to value the slow and steady progress that may go unnoticed by others, but feels deeply fulfilling to us. This patience becomes a form of inner peace, freeing us from the need to rush or to compare ourselves to others. It allows us to trust the journey, to know that each small action we take is part of a larger tapestry being woven. In a world that often demands immediate results, patience reminds us that there is power in persistence and that the beauty of growth lies in its gradual unfolding. Finally, the butterfly effect of small positive choices encourages us to cultivate a legacy. Each small action we take, each positive choice we make is part of the legacy we leave behind. We may not always see the impact of our actions, but they live on in the lives of those we touch. Every act of kindness, every moment of empathy, every decision to do what is right rather than what is easy contributes to a legacy of integrity and compassion. Our legacy is built not on grand achievements alone, but on the countless small choices we make each day. When we realize this, we begin to live with a deeper sense of purpose and responsibility, knowing that our actions matter. We come to understand that our lives are connected in ways we cannot fully comprehend, and that the legacy we leave is a gift to future generations. By embracing the butterfly effect of small positive choices, we commit to creating a legacy of kindness, resilience, and positive change, a legacy that will continue to ripple outward long after we are gone. LOL. In conclusion, the butterfly effect of small positive choices is a powerful reminder that each of us has the capacity to create meaningful change in our lives and in the world around us. Through small intentional actions, we shape our future, reinforce our values, and strengthen our character. These choices may seem insignificant in isolation, but together they create momentum, build resilience, and spark transformation. When we recognize the potential within each choice, we begin to see that greatness is not defined by monumental acts alone, but by the accumulation of small, consistent efforts aligned with our highest intentions. This idea teaches us patience, instills a sense of purpose, and reminds us that we are capable of creating a legacy of kindness, resilience, and hope. By focusing on what we can control, our choices, our mindset, our actions, we tap into a source of strength that allows us to rise above challenges and become a positive force in our relationships, our communities, and beyond. Every day, every moment, we are given the opportunity to make choices that lead us closer to the person we want to be. The journey may not always be easy, but the impact of each small positive choice is profound and far-reaching. So let us commit to making those small choices, to believing in the power of gradual growth, and to understanding that every positive action we take, no matter how small, contributes to a life of meaning, fulfillment, and purpose. By embracing the butterfly effect, we become not only the architects of our own lives, but also agents of change in the world. And as we continue to make these small, positive choices, we set in motion a ripple effect that has the power to touch countless lives, creating a brighter and more compassionate world for generations to come.